Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do the crumpled griddle stitch. If you're familiar with the griddle stitch, then this one's going to be right up your alley. These are really simple stitches that create a whole bunch of texture. It creates a fairly dense fabric with a little bit of stretch to it. It's great for color work, blankets, scarves, you name it, the sky is the limit with this stitch. It does consist of double crochets and single crochets. If you need additional stitch support, I will have links down in the description below for video tutorials on those. Otherwise, I'm going to assume that you already know how to do those stitches. So let's get started on row 1. Okay, our multiple today is any even number, and we're going to start the second chain from the hook. Remember, this loop on your hook never counts as a stitch. So we're going to count down 1, 2, and in that second chain we're going to do a single crochet. In the next stitch we're going to do a double crochet. In the next stitch, another single crochet. And in the next stitch, a double crochet. Now this is going to start to feel an awful lot like the griddle stitch. Hang in there with me. I'm going to show you what the difference is here in just a second. Now work this until you've finished on a double crochet and you have one chain left on your starting chain. So I have one stitch left in my starting chain. I just finished with the double crochet. Now I need to finish this row with a single crochet. So if you've alternated correctly, you should have a double crochet, a chain space. Now we're going to add a single crochet, and that'll finish row 1. So we will chain 1 and turn. And now we can get started on row 2. For row 2, because we ended on a single crochet, we're going to start with a single crochet. Now here's the difference between a griddle stitch and a crumpled griddle. Singles go over singles, doubles go over doubles for crumpled griddle stitch. For the griddle stitch, it's singles over doubles, doubles over singles. So I just did a single and a double. Now I'm going to do another single over a single crochet. In the next stitch, over the top of a double crochet, I'm going to place a double crochet. And that's it. Just remember, singles over singles, doubles over doubles. That is a crumpled griddle stitch. So work this till you get to the end of the row, and I'm going to show you how to finish this row out. All right, so I have worked my row until I have one stitch left. It can be kind of tricky to see. You might want to place a stitch marker, but this is where we skipped that chain at the beginning of our starting chain. So I want to make sure that I get my single crochet into that. You can kind of see that there's a stitch down there, so make sure that you don't miss that. Work your single crochet, chain 1, and turn. Your rows will always start and end with single crochets. And that is it, folks. That is all there is to the crumpled griddle stitch, and that is all there is for me today. If you missed anything, feel free to go back and rewatch. I will have a link down in the description below for written instructions in the Ruby Gray Stitch Library, as well as any patterns featuring this stitch in the Ruby Gray shop. Thanks so much for stopping by. Love your face.